labeled them fast but slow. So one of the things that I may ask you on the test, and they say, here are some events, are they part of the fast lock or are they part of the slow lock? So we should be able to understand and recognize what's happening with each of these different mechanisms. So after fertilization occurs, now the embryo is poised to begin life. It's already present in a very large cell, and we need to start to do some other sorts of things here. For one thing, we need to restore the mitotic cell cycle so that daughter cells can start to be made. The sperm previously had a very compacted, non-transcriptional nucleus. That needs to change. We need to get very busy transcribing any number of mRNA products. Also, we need to do some things like general cell biology of making new membranes, making new mitochondria, making all the components that you would need to generate daughter cells. So that's going to be happening. And to support all of this, we need a lot of protein synthesis, DNA replication, all these kinds of things. And so the organism at this point is going to go through this really rapid period of one mitosis directly after another. And it's a feature you see in a lot of embryos, that they may deliberately start with a very large egg, so that once they get fertilized, you'll see a number of cell divisions really quickly without having to kind of stop and slow down and regrow a lot of cytoplasm. So they already have kind of a big amount to start with. All right, so now I'm going to interrupt the flow again just a little bit to talk about this idea of necessary and sufficient. So in developmental biology, we use these two terms to indicate a certain concept, and that each term means something a little bit different. So when we say a protein or a gene is necessary for a particular event, what we mean is that you absolutely have to have this gene product in order for that event to occur. It's a firm requirement. If you were to lose that by mutation, or if you were somehow any other means to not have as much of it as in a wild type situation, then the event would fail to occur. Because you need this item, you have to have it. To say that protein or gene product is sufficient is a somewhat different concept. What that means is that you can provide this protein, and this protein by itself is everything that you need to accomplish that goal. So simply having the presence of that protein will be enough to get the job done. And I think when you first hear about this, it's a little bit difficult to wrap your head around, so I want to give it some examples, and then we'll have an in-class exercise on it. And my example has to do with the turkey dinner, which is why I have a picture of a turkey dinner up here. So when you think about a turkey dinner, at least in the United States, I don't know about other countries, there are just some things that you have to have, right? You have to have a turkey. If you don't have a turkey, it's not going to be Thanksgiving dinner. So the turkey is necessary for the traditional Thanksgiving dinner in the USA. However, if you came to my house for Thanksgiving dinner and I popped a turkey on the table, I'd say, okay. You would say, well, wait, that's not everything. So the turkey, in fact, is not sufficient. We need some other stuff, too. We need all of these other trimmings here. And all of these things together are going to be the Thanksgiving dinner. So in terms of the turkey, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient to make a Thanksgiving dinner. Okay? Let's look at another thought here. If you eat 6 Thanksgiving dinners in a row, you're probably going to gain weight, right? That's all you need to gain weight, is to eat 6 Thanksgiving dinners in a row. However, that's not the only possible way that you could gain weight. You could also go out to Dairy Queen, or, I don't know, not exercise for a year or something like that. So Thanksgiving dinner, eating lots of them would be sufficient to gain weight, but it's not necessary to do it that particular way. So there's a little bit different meaning here. Okay, so now what I want to do is pass out this first in-class exercise, and what we'll do here is have you work in groups of 2. And I've printed 30 of these, and there's about 54 of you, so you need to work in groups of 2, and just put your names on top here. And this will only take about 10 minute or so, and it gives you a chance to wrestle with this idea and see if you got it straight in your mind, and maybe think of some other examples for the class. So then after we do this, we'll come together briefly and see what you got, and then we'll have a break.